Good afternoon. My name is Terry Hammond, and as the Copper Coast International Film Festival arrives at the shoreline of Swansea Bay for its 2022 interpretation, it is my involvement as a mature student to encourage you to embrace international films and their inclusion of subtitles. Indeed, subtitled foreign films, now termed international, have endured a love-hate relationship with decades of audiences. But now, in the 2020s, the tide is turning. Allow me to give you some background. Up until 2020, the Academy awarded recognition and entitled award for the best foreign language film. However, the Oscar committee decided to change it to international, but language is still the most important factor. The articles go on to state, when Roma won, technically Mexico was the winner, as the winner is the country. However, it is possible for international films to be nominated for the Best Picture, and in 2020, Parasite was the first non-English film to win Best Picture at the Oscars. In addition, Parasite also won Best Foreign Language Film at the Golden Globes. And in his acceptance speech, the director Bong Joon-ho said, "Once you overcome the 1-inch tall barrier of subtitles, you will be introduced to so many more amazing films," which was debuted, of course, at the Cannes Film Festival in 2019. Film festivals again leading the way. In the same year, Parasite was the highest grossing foreign film, and it broke all records, claiming the biggest ever opening for an international film in the US. Does this recognition signify that the 1-inch barrier of the subtitles has gone the way of the Berlin Wall, ushering in an era that reflects Bong's inclusive statement, one language, one cinema? An article published in Variety in February 2020 raised the question, when Parasite is released digitally, will watching subtitles on screens of various sizes be prohibitive? Millennials and Generation Zs love this movie, but will the new generation be converted to watching subtitles? The breakthrough may have already arrived. Streaming, global content has already permeated screens large and small. Younger consumers raised on Asian martial art movies and computer games that routinely incorporate subtitles may actually be more open to smash Bong's 1-inch tall barrier than previous generations. 21 months on, the idea of a film from South Korea becoming one of the biggest cultural talking points of the year does not seem nearly so absurd, with Squid Games from South Korea and Money Heist from Spain being amongst Netflix's most popular TV shows. Subsequently, it needs to be asked, if we, as film and drama enthusiasts, wish to grow in knowledge and appreciation, should we be watching more international subtitle material that often demonstrates a different country's culture? Change is inevitable, but if a maturing older population remains stuck in their ways and often opt only for English films shot in English, and the younger audience already starting to embrace subtitles, then the natural shift could happen organically. A study by Staged Text found 4 out of 5 viewers aged 18 to 25 said they used subtitles, whereas those aged between 56 to 75 chose dubbed films over subtitles. The reason appears to be that young people take in more information quickly because they're used to it, and with TikTok and Instagram regularly marrying images with text. Now, this I can relate to, because as a mature student myself, I do struggle with the speed subtitles are displayed on the screen, and find this a disappointment that could easily be overcome by keeping the narrative displayed longer on screen. So we have so many split opinions. Example, Netflix, when showing international films, provide options. Firstly, a dubbed version into English or subtitles on request. And more recently, of course, Steven Spielberg himself was praised by Latin American audiences for not subtitling Spanish language scenes in his latest remake of West Side Story. And then alternatively, all US films shown in Spain are automatically dubbed into Spanish. So mixed opinions are clearly divided. Let's look at box sets and modern day dramas, the incoming trend. One of my favourites, My Brilliant Friend, the well-loved Italian box set drama, supposed to be in Naples, shot in Italian with English subtitles, and yet extremely popular in the US, and made in part by HBO, showing the life of two young girls growing up in Italy in the 1960s. And then, believe it or not, it is the most popular Italian series currently in the US. And the series, of course, is based on a book by Elena Ferrantini. Alternatively, the modern-day police drama called Spiral, set in Paris, shot over many years, arguably, in my opinion, doing for the French police what the Sweeney in 1975 did for the Met. It has its own following here in the UK.
Je vous préviens, je vais pas tenir le coup.
Je sais pas comment te dire ça, mais on l'a retrouvé dans un restaurant dans le 13e.
Even myself, I'm a huge fan. So is Germany then also throwing the hat into the ring? Well, if we go back, no one in 1985 could escape the interest the original Das Boot created. That, of course, the original German audio was there, extremely popular, with English subtitles, and that was in 85. Again today, we have the hugely popular, from Germany, Babylon Berlin drama, again shot in Germany. Now, its trailer alone, I've just checked, has over 11 million views. And that's just the trailer. So is indeed the tide turning and international films and dramas the future? Well, if the footage coming out of Korea in modern days continue, then even Hollywood itself could be threatened. So I do believe the Copper Coast International Film Festival is indeed embracing the future, showing numerous foreign films and aware of things to come. Now, if we consider the beautiful cinematography and brutal storyline that Babylon Berlin gives us, and its a furious attention to detail with its mise-en-scene, in some ways, is it a German alternative to our English BBC's Peaky Blinders, which again is popular outside of the UK. So we are currently trading with other countries for their approval. The Koreans gave us Squid Games, and we gave in return Peaky Blinders. And of course, the US gave everyone Breaking Bad. Therefore, modern day directors and producers surely now need to be asking the question, how well will this story be received abroad? A question rarely asked in previous decades. So, looking at the festival, and on my own input, to embrace this more, to encourage people more, to accept foreign language films more, we have indeed added an additional flavour to the festival. A small team, including myself, have set up a fringe viewing on the 5th of May entitled Italian Romance. And we are indeed showing the classic Cinema Paradiso, obviously shown in Italian with English subtitles. It will be appearing in the Dylan Thomas Centre. We've arranged an introduction of Italian operatic music, and of course on arrival, as is tradition, a nice selection of antipasti for the guests. To save any red faces here, of course, a disclaimer has been agreed upon before the showing of the film. The film I intend myself to introduce, after a short scene from the original Godfather, in recognition to its 50th anniversary. We all know what's going to happen. But the scene itself, where Michael Corleone has his words translated word for word to the Sicilian innkeeper, asking him formally to court his daughter. Thank you for listening.
I apologize if I offended you.
Ci dispiace se l'ho offeso.
I'm a stranger in this country,
È straniero in questo paese.
and I meant no disrespect to you or your daughter.
E non volevo mancare di rispetto né a lei né a vostra figlia.
Dov'è chi? E che buono di mia figlia?
I'm an American, hiding in Sicily.
È un americano che sta nascosto in Sicilia.
My name is Michael Corleone.
E si chiama Michele Corleone.
There are people who pay a lot of money for that information.
Ci sarebbe parecchia gente che pagherebbe per queste picciole per informazioni così.
But then your daughter would lose a father
Ma allora vostra figlia perderebbe un padre.
instead of gaining a husband.